I was little, she would always know how to make me smile. She always knew what to do. If I needed help putting on a costume or a headpiece, I could always go to Emily.
Home for Thanksgiving break, excited to see family, friends, and maybe even a former flamino. Imagine that your last moments are with someone you trusted, and that trust is broken in the worst way possible. This is what happened to 18-year-old Emily Finn, a talented ballerina from Long Island, whose life was stolen in a shocking act of violence. And here's the part that makes your heart sink. The person who allegedly did this was her ex-boyfriend. Think about that for a moment. Someone she knew, someone close to her, someone she once cared about, took her life.
On a costume or a headpiece, I could always go to Emily.
To honor her, Emily's friends created bright pink ribbons, her favorite color, and placed them outside the studio as a symbol of the joy she brought into their lives.
To keep her memory alive.
Yeah.
To keep everyone always remembering her in a positive and lively way.
They say Emily dreamed of becoming a school teacher and had a natural gift for working with children.
She loved inspiring the next generations and creating special bonds with the little ones.
I need you to stay with me, because this story is not just tragic. It's a warning, and it deserves to be told the right way. Before we dive in, I want you to think about this. Have you ever had someone in your life who you trusted completely, only to have them betray that trust? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Share your stories if you can, because as we go through Emily's story, you'll see why this question matters more than ever. Emily Finn was more than headlines. She was 18, a recent Sayville High School graduate, a young woman with dreams, discipline, and a passion for dance that few could match. Her love for ballet began years ago at the American Ballet Studio in Bayport. Teachers remember her as dedicated, brilliant, and tireless. She knew everything, recalled instructor Kathy Cairns Scholes. She picked up choreography quickly. She had a memory that would make any teacher proud. Emily wasn't just talented, she was joyful, a light in every room she entered. Friends described her as vivacious, warm, and compassionate. She wasn't reckless. She didn't seek drama. She worked hard. She studied at SUNY Niigata, pursuing a dream to become a teacher. She had a bright future ahead, and yet, all of that ended in one devastating moment. It was Wednesday. Emily had returned home for Thanksgiving break. She wanted to see friends. She wanted to visit family, and she had gone to collect some belongings from her ex-boyfriend, Austin Lynch, following their recent breakup. According to police, what should have been a normal, simple visit turned into a nightmare. Inside Lynch's home in Nesconset, Emily was allegedly shot. Police say it was a deliberate act. Austin then shot himself in the face, but survived. It's hard to imagine. Someone she once shared smiles with, someone she had a relationship with, choosing to end her life. Her friends were in shock. Her family couldn't believe it. Social media feeds flooded with disbelief, heartbreak, and tribute posts. Some pictures showed Emily laughing, dancing, glowing with life. Some showed Austin smiling with her, holding her up in playful photos. And yet, behind the images, lay terror, pain, and betrayal. Austin Lynch was 18, nearly 19. Friends described him as quiet. Family described him as caring. But police reports reveal a darker side. Photos surfaced online showing him holding guns on trap shooting trips. Friends say he struggled with the breakup, heartbroken over Emily moving on. What drives a person to commit murder in these circumstances? Jealousy? Rage? Fear of rejection? These questions remain unanswered, but they leave the community and the world searching for answers. Long Island was shaken. Neighbors couldn't believe it. Emily's friends were devastated. People gathered online and offline to mourn. Tributes poured in, flowers, candles, and heartfelt messages. Her dance studio planned a scholarship in her honor. It's a way to ensure Emily's name lives on. But for her family, friends, and classmates, nothing can replace her. Imagine losing someone so young, so vibrant, so full of promise. During what should have been a joyful holiday, the community questioned, how could this happen? Why wasn't there a warning? Could anyone have stopped it? These questions haunted everyone who knew Emily, The Suffolk County District Attorney's Office confirmed that Lynch will face a second-degree murder charge. He remains hospitalized after shooting himself. Officials will arraign him once he is medically cleared. It's unclear whether he will be charged as an adult. Since the crime occurred a day before his 18th birthday, authorities have said very little about motive. But the timing post-breakup, pre-Thanksgiving, paints a tragic picture of heartbreak and rage escalating to violence. Emily's life, frozen in photos, floods social media. Friends post clips of her dancing. Classmates share smiles and inside jokes. Some posts even show the stark contrast. Emily full of life, Austin with weapons in the background. This has sparked a larger conversation. How do we handle young people and guns? How do we teach healthy coping with breakups? How do we prevent tragedies like this? Every picture, every post, is a reminder: a life taken, a community shaken, a future stolen. Why did this happen? Could it have been prevented? How do parents, friends, and teachers notice warning signs before tragedy strikes? These questions aren't easy. They don't have simple answers, but they are important. Because if we ignore them, this can happen again. Emily's story is heartbreaking, but it's also a warning. Young people need to understand. Rejection is not violence. Breakups can be painful, but should never end in harm. Asking for help is normal. Parents and educators can also use this story. Check in with children after emotional events. Watch for signs of anger escalating. Talk openly about emotions, relationships, and conflict. It's not just a story, it's a lesson. If you've been touched by Emily's story, don't scroll away. Comment, share, remember her name. Subscribe to this channel for updates and similar cases. Because these stories matter, let's honor Emily by being aware, speaking out, and preventing future tragedies. Rest in peace, Emily Finn. You were taken too soon, but your story will not be forgotten.